Ah, yeah, she told you. You have to do it. You want another one? Maybe closer?
Yeah, why don't we just try and get as close as we can?
Okay.
Tell me if I need to move my arm or anything. So,
That one better? Okay, sorry.
Oh!
של מי?
שיחק בסדרה. זה מאט כהן. It's מאט כהן, guys, it's מאט כהן.
אני צריכה לראות את הפנים שלו, לא ראיתי את הפנים שלו.
החתיך.
אני צריכה לראות את הפנים שלו.
וזה הילד שלה. So cute.
it wasn't the best one, but it wasn't.
His name.
Oh my God. It's about to start, you guys. You're gonna have to forgive me for this, but holy shit. We are ClexaCon. I need to get a picture of all of you because this is too great of a moment to miss. So, on the count of 3, I want you all to say Spashley, okay? All right? 1, 2, 3. Spashley! So guys, I'm gonna make this quick. My name is Dana Pickley, and I am the managing editor of the blog at Bella Books. I'm an entertainment and pop culture critic, and pretty much all I do is queer stuff. So, I'm really excited to be here, and I'm also really excited that Bella Books is one of the sponsors of ClexaCon. So, if you see me, my face, I won't be wearing leather tomorrow, but if you see me, come up to me, I've got presents, okay? Can you believe it has been almost 10 years since we last saw Spencer and Mitchell? Well, you guys, you're about to see them right now. Not technically them, but the actresses who played them. ClexaCon, please put it together for Mandy, Musgrave, and Gabrielle. Ladies, this is an incredible opportunity and experience for all of us, so thank you so much for coming out here. I'm going to start with a heavy question. Me. Love it. So South of Nowhere certainly opened a door for a lot of shows like The Fosters, Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah.
Do you think South of Nowhere was ahead of its time?
Yes.
It was the only show that had a lead teen lesbian storyline. I think it was necessary, so I wouldn't say it was ahead of its time. I think it was appropriate at any time. It should have come sooner.
Yeah.
But I guess what I mean is, do you think that it would maybe have gone on a few more seasons or been a little bit more, I guess, not that it wasn't popular, it was very popular, but that more people would have been exposed to it if it, say, had taken place 10 years later?
I don't know. I think it kind of also depended on the network. I think if it was on a primetime network, more people would have been able to see it. But I think it had a huge following considering the network it was on. It was just a new and upcoming network. It had a big following, and we've had probably actually airing. Like a lot of people today we were meeting and were like, oh, I just watched it this last weekend.
The 16-year-old comes
I
in.
know, like, I should have had a Facebook.
I also feel like 10 years ago we didn't have like the social media we have now, where all, you know, Twitter and what we had Facebook or MySpace back then. Oh, I had seen their MySpace and we're like, that existed when our show was on. So
Maybe hashtag the hell out of Spashley.
yeah.
Ship the hell out of it.
So the two of you have a tremendous chemistry together as actors, and you've gone on to play opposite each other more than once. What do you think? What do you think it is that makes the two of you work so well together?
We're actually in a relationship. I think we just have a genuine friendship. We met each other when I was 17, she was 19, and she was so real. She was the only genuine person that I had met in Hollywood, and right off the bat, Tommy Lynch thought that we were really good together, and I think everyone else that wanted to cast us saw that. And I mean, all the Spashley fans were like, please put them back together in a show or film that can get them actually kissing.
If you guys want to recreate that, you can just do it right now.
But I was saying to someone else earlier too, we live together. So like, we were roommates for a while, we have a genuine friendship, we have a genuine chemistry. You know, South of Nowhere at first was all scripted. Obviously all of it was scripted. But I think the writers, which Nancy Lee was
Deciding on the floor.
she was so brilliant because she was so, why are you sitting down there? Do you know who you are? She was so brilliant. She became, we call her Mama. She became so close with us that she knew who we were and she knew how to write for us. And so our acting was effortless because she made it like just like ourselves. It was a typecast by the end of the day. Stop crying.
We love you, Nancy.
Well, I was going to say, even at the first audition for South, there was probably, 50 girls in the room, and we were outside just sitting on the step together. Like, we had an instant kind of connection that I don't think a lot of people do when you're auditioning, because it's kind of a stressful, weird environment, but
That's my
Baby
son.
Spashley. Well, I know that a very common question for actors is, what's your favorite episode? I don't want to know about that. I want to know, what was your most fulfilling episode?
Yeah, nice.
It's okay if you don't remember the exact one.
The word fulfillment throws me a little bit. I don't know the names of the episodes. I don't remember what number it was, but we'll all know the scene where your mom pulled me out. That was my favorite thing to shoot, and I think it also spoke volumes. People going through that situation. I think it spoke volumes for Maeve as an actress and for her character to go through that rage. Mothers, parents, they go through that. Siblings, you know, they don't know how to handle someone coming out, and I think that was one of the most important episodes. And Gay Pride was a big one too, because Paula ended up coming around. And then the episode where we finally make love, which we make fun of all the time because we were like, because that's how lesbians have sex.
It's true. It's not, no, I'm just joking.
I feel like if people saw that episode, they'd be like, I'm really bummed.
yeah, I would definitely say the scenes with Maeve, and most of my scenes with Maeve, and then when we all came together, I thought was really important because it wasn't just about us, it was about the family and just kind of seeing how we were able to, the progress we were able to make over the series, and I think that's when we hear people give us their thoughts about the show, that seems to have really affected them and been important in their lives. So it's special to me too.
You know what's fun? The episode where we had to be at the beach was really fun because we were in our swimsuits and it was only like 40 degrees out. So, and we had these skimpy little things that we didn't know what we were going to be wearing, and they were like, "Go ahead, jump into the 20." No, when we had to do the beat where you came out. Oh.
Were you there? I'm just curious.
God, it was good for you. You had to like dump water all over yourself and come over. Yeah, that.
Well, I'm glad that you bring. I'm glad that you bring up Maeve because that was going to be a question that I had for you. A major plot point in South of Nowhere was Spencer's relationship with her mom, coming out to Paula, Paula's struggle with it, and I really wanted to ask you about that because there was a lot of depth to that relationship. And can you talk a little bit about working with Maeve in those scenes, in that role? I think a lot of fans related to that relationship.
Yeah.
It's interesting because Maeve is so unlike that character. She's the most fun, loving, eccentric person, and I think we would have really hard moments for her to have to go that far. And I don't know, but I think in shooting it was hard, but it made it a little bit easier. And in the end, when we come around, I think it just it helped us as in our performances, but also I think the chemistry that we just had, just with each other, was helpful too. So
I'm just curious, show of hands, how many of you related to that relationship? That's
wow. Oh, I wish she was here.
Yeah.
She's so much
genuine
fun.
woman I've ever met. She's so amazing. During the whole series, she was living with her lesbian roommates, and then later she lived with Nancy Lee Page.
That's what we call a lesbro.
Yeah.
Best let's roll.
She was the most incredible. Three-way was based on. Three-way, yeah. That's right. That's what it was based on.
That is a piece of lesbian web series Americana now. So Mandy, South of Nowhere was one of the first, and still to this day, one of the few shows to really delve into and respectfully deal with bisexuality with the character. And I want to know what sort of response you get still from queer fans and bisexual fans after all these years.
Nothing but love.
She said but love. She
Nothing but love. God, the response has been amazing. I personally wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for that. And you know, at first I thought it hurt my career because I became typecast. I booked a job on 90210, and the role was for, it said playing Rory's love interest. And I was like, I don't know who this Rory guy is. And I get on set, and it was a woman, and I was like, I'm gonna be the lesbian typecast forever. This is awesome. The fans are so loyal, and they follow throughout every single job, where anything else I've ever done is here, hit or miss and whatever, but I love it. You guys are the best fan base. You guys are the best.
I'm curious, were you ever dissuaded from taking this role?
No.
No? And we were at that point, at least in time, where people weren't saying, like, don't play girl, that sort of thing?
No, I just had no idea what I was getting into. I mean, in Hollywood, you're hoping to get a job. It's so hard. I was just excited to get this character that had so many levels. And then once I dove into it and saw, we went out to, what was the club we went to? What's the gay club that we went to? No, in real life, we went. The Abbey. Because we were like, you know what, after season 1, we wanted to kind of become a little bit more aware of what these characters really were, not just act, but experiment. And so we went there, then it became this kind of a deeper meaning of what message we were bringing. And I remember someone telling me, you know, you turned my daughter gay. And someone said, how does that feel that someone would say that to you? And I was like, awesome. It's not possible. You're
Living the
gay,
dream.
bi, or transgender or not. But to say that I had that power.
So here we are. You're sitting in front of this audience of Spashley fans who have loved you guys for almost a decade. What's it like being here right now for you?
Unreal. I'm trying not to make eye contact. I'm a little nervous. We're both like our characters, if nobody can tell that. No, this is surreal. We were talking about it earlier. We both needed to have a beer to relax. This is incredible. This is incredible.
Yeah, it's one thing to hear from people like through the internet, but when you actually put a face to somebody's name, it's amazing. And some people that I've even heard from online that are here today, it's really great to meet you in person, and thanks for being here.
So I have one final question for you, and then I'm going to open it up to y'all, okay? This is prompted by actually a lot of questions that fans have sent to me because I let them know I was going to be moderating this, and they all wanted to know where you thought your characters would be now.
I think Spencer definitely would have gone through with the journalism and done some documentaries, and I could definitely see her doing that. Hopefully ending up with Ashley. What does Mama have to say about this?
Nobody cares about your career. They want to know if you guys were together.
We're still doing it.
But Ashley really liked Blue Apron, and she was really into documentaries. Yeah, no, they want to know if you guys are still like, married and stuff.
I think we probably would have our kid. I think we'd have a
That's
kid.
our kid right there.
Maybe Thor, yeah.
I did ask her if she was going to name him Thor. I was excited, but no.
Yeah, Aiden is our nanny. Our nanny.
Let's give a little love to Aiden.
My son isn't used to people because I am a stay-at-home mom and I hibernate with him. So. No, I think that they would still be together. I think that they would have a really solid relationship, and I think maybe they would be in the Women's March. I think that they would be out and they'd be advocating for
Do you guys have any questions? Raise your hands.
I scolded a lot of people.
One? That's it? All right, she's going to start it off for us. Lexa, come on over here.
3 hugs for whoever asks the question. A tight hug.
So I remember like when I was like a small baby gay. Actually, in like South Nowhere was my first ever gay show, and I remember seeing you guys on TV being like, oh my god, that's me, and I was like, shit, that's me. And so it was like, I, was trying to hide it, but could have that an hour, half hour of the day where I could sneak off and go watch the show. I don't know how I did it though, because I don't think I had a computer. Like with my parents not watching, it's like for an hour I could just be myself and be who I was, and now here I am. But how does it make you guys feel like to hear from the fans rough time, and now we can be here, standing up in front of a crowd, being like, I'm proud to be who I am, and thank you for helping me get there.
I think as an artist, there's nothing more rewarding than hearing that. So thank you so much, and I'm so glad that you were able to, and everybody here was able to find their way. I think all of us struggle with that in life, and it's the most important thing to figure out. So
it's humbling for us because everybody that has come up to us that said, you've changed our life, you've helped us come out. We didn't do anything but recite lines. So we get so much recognition for this, and I personally don't feel deserving, but I'll take it. But so honored that you could relate to somebody and that we could play that part. And I'm so glad that you had the courage to come out and be who you are today, and you look fabulous. So, good job.
Hello. I was just wondering did you guys know what Clexa was before this? You guys like were just like, what? Do you know what's your opinion on Lexa? Just so you aware that was a loaded question.
We didn't know. We had no idea. But we liked it.
we gathered some information.
All right.
Sorry.
Hi, I'm Marissa. I was with you guys when you first started the show, and my mother was very similar to begin with the way that your character's mother was. And did you think that the impact that you had, the story that had, would resonate 10 years later? That to this day I still am so proud to be who I am, and you guys are a part of it. That gave me the opportunity to come out to my mother and to do those things. Do you guys think to this day you'd have that kind of impact? Sorry.
Right. I mean, you can only hope that would be the result, but I think in family dynamics, there's so many issues we all have with any one of our family members, and if art or some kind of an outlet or TV show can help you kind of navigate that, then that's pretty amazing. As an artist, I would be able to hope to provide some kind of support, and I'm so glad that you were able to find that in our show. So thank you and congratulations.
Nice.
Hello. So, Girl Trash was awesome. Any chance of a musical collaboration in the future?
That's up to the writer.
I with you guys. Would y'all like do music together? Like put out a song on iTunes or something?
We love doing music together. She's incredibly talented musically.
So good.
Yeah.
I would like buy the album.
Have you guys all heard Kissing Mandy?
Yeah.
If you haven't yet, she sings it.
No, you're totally the singer. Yes.
What's next?
She is. She's being humble. This is
So
weird.
you both work together? Because y'all are both awesome?
We will be working together until we're 140 years old. We can't get away from each other.
Yeah, it's impossible.
I love how they're like, no, you're the best. You're the best. Okay. No, you are the best.
So hi, I'm Julie again, and I am just kind of wondering, we're all here in a sense because of the bury your gays trope, and South of Nowhere has a happy ending, and was happening such a long time ago, relatively. So I'm wondering what made South of Nowhere special, and when Tara was dying and Lex was dying and everyone's dying.
I think what made it special was that it was real. We had our genuine relationship issues that you go through, that heterosexual couples go through. It is just a relationship between two people, and I think that that's what made it special. And yes, you're right, it did have a happy ending, just like a lot of relationships have. And I don't know, I think that's what made it special, is that it was just real. And thank you again to Nancy Lee for making it real.
Thank you.
I want to just take a second to point out that when queer creators are writing queer characters and putting together queer stories, there is an authenticity and a hope that there often isn't when that is not the situation. And this is a reminder to support queer artists and creators, all right? And to be there's been a lot of revivals coming out lately. Nancy Lee, what do you say?
I think you have to ask Tommy Lynch.
I'm sure he wouldn't be opposed to it if the funding was there.
Okay, yeah. Raise your hands if you would go fund the shit out of that. That's what I thought.
Hi, I'm Tori, and I was kind of young when the show was on, so I watched it like 2 years ago. I binged the whole thing, and I loved it so much, but I kind of watched it like in the midst of watching other shows, because I was really lucky, the time that I was like coming out and stuff, I had a lot of stuff to watch. But I was wondering if whenever, I know you said you didn't know what Clexa was, but as like, since the show ended, did you see other shows popping up and kind of think like, oh, that's kind of, I started that?
No, because I remember My So-Called Life. For me, I felt like they kind of had the little snowball effect. But I feel like we kind of had a similar situation where, their show was, they had a good run, but then it snowball affected afterward. And I think that South of Nowhere had that same thing, like we had more fans after it came out now. But I feel like My So-Called Life was the first teen lesbian relationship, even though it wasn't the main storyline. But still, I guess, yeah, we look at it and we're like, we started that.
Okay. Let me just tell you, leather pants, they're a little slippery.
I saw a clip where you said that you had to take shots before you did the scene, and sorry. Is that actually true that you had to take those shots to get comfortable to do the making out scene in Girl Trash?
Yeah, what's the question? Tequila. And the kissing was great afterwards.
So if you were to actually take on Ashley's mom, who do you think would win?
I wouldn't, because I love Spencer so much. But of course I would. Obviously. I would fight to the death for my girl.
I haven't gotten this much.
Are they making noise yet?
What was that?
Are they making noise yet?
My leather pants?
Yeah. Not yet.
No.
Hi, I'm Brandy. I'm here with my wife, Katie, and she's really embarrassed. She didn't want me to say anything. Anyway, I just want to say thank you guys so much for being here. So we have been together for 16 years, and we were in high school. And we're here for her birthday actually this weekend. So you guys being here, because you were her first ship ever, she's really embarrassed, she's really mad. But I just want to say thank you, because you made this like probably the best birthday she's ever gonna have. So thanks for being here. She's a really like
Good wife, we're calling her out.
Right here, Mandy.
Alright, I got two things. One, I love you guys, and what you guys were going through in the show, at the same exact time, I had came out and ran away from home and all that bullshit. Until I finally accepted it. And that helped me so much. So thank you for that. And two, can we get the South of Nowhere crew up in here too? Because I saw Asha and
I'm young, like to be involved in people I don't even belong in this greatness. So I'm just a babysitter. A guy that delivered dialogue poorly and hung onto a job. And I just feel so blessed to be part of something that had a message, you know, and it still does. And just like everybody was saying, it's an incredible thing to know that you went to work and made a difference.
Hi, get up there. This is ClexaCon, where you just jump on a panel if you want to. Dasha. It is Dasha. So you've been listening. Tell us about your experience working on the show.
Oh my god, okay, so I have to tell you guys about my audition, because it was pretty crazy. So I go to this audition, and they're like, oh, there's this pilot, and I don't know what it's about, but they're looking for someone like the next day, that there's going to be like a table reads, and it's a guest star, and it's got like 2 lines, and who cares, but just go in. And I'm like, all right. And I go, and there's absolutely no parking, like nowhere. And I park in this illegal parking spot, and I'm like, I'll just run in. I go in, and there's like a ton of girls. Like there's like 60 girls just sitting there waiting for this like 2-line role in a pilot that may or may not make it. And I'm like, you know what, fuck this. Like, whatever. It's like, I'll just, and I'm like, I might get a ticket, like it's so not worth it. Hello? Like, can you imagine? Like, I go and I do my part. I hated my hair, it looked ridiculous. I had the stupidest outfit on, and I'm like, I'm never gonna book this. Why am I here? And then I ended up with like this amazing relationship with one of my best friends. I get to see these talented, amazing actors fall in love, and I'm like, South of Nowhere fucking bitches. Walked out the door on because I didn't want to deal with a ticket and I didn't want to deal, and it changed my life.
It gets crazier because you were in the pilot.
Oh yeah.
And they recast everybody except her. Well, the 3 of us. But they recast every single person, and so not only were you just in the pilot,
So true.
It was a 4-year.
4 years. Yeah, and still going. I mean, we're talking 10. Like, we're here with all these amazing people. Like, I wouldn't be here right now looking at your beautiful faces if I didn't want to get a ticket. You know, so sometimes you gotta get a ticket in life. And it can change your life. And I didn't actually. Plot twist! It's just amazing, and the best thing, I remember driving to work, and every day and being like, I'm so lucky. I'm sorry, I'm so lucky. And when you drive home, like you take the freeway and there's like a Hollywood sign and you're just like, I'm living my dream and with these great people and I'm affecting people's lives and you know, it's just, it's such a great experience. Really cool. Alright,
I want to know what you guys are up to right now.
I'm working on drunk history. I go back in April. I get to wear big poofy skirts and sometimes mustaches, and it's so awesome. I love that show because a lot like South of Nowhere, it's like they do what they want to do. Like they're like, Asha, you're gonna play like a white woman today. You're gonna play a guy, and we don't care. Like we're just gonna do what we want to do because it's our story, and we don't have to answer to anyone else. And that's what I love about South. And I've been so blessed to work on shows like that that just don't care and are gonna like be there for the people that don't get to have the voice. And yeah, so I'll go back to that. So that'll be fun.
Why you want to tell them about your work series?
Oh, the unwritten rules? Oh, yeah. So I worked, okay, so the woman who actually did our post-production work on South of Nowhere, the woman who makes it look glossy and beautiful and makes us all like color correct and stuff, she came up to me when I was doing Pariah and at a series, at like a screening, and she was like, hey, I've been trying to contact you on Facebook. And I'm like, I've never been on Facebook, but sure. And she's like, I have this series that I want to tell, and if you'll be a part of it. And I was like, well, send me the script, and you know, I'll see what's up. And I loved it, and it was scary and weird, but I was like, I'm down for it. And yeah, so The Unwritten Rules is on YouTube, and it's weird, and it's crazy, and it's fun. And if you guys just click and check it out, and Gabby's in it. Oh my God, I love being able to work with her again, and yeah, she's so funny. And that's what's really cool is that we got to like do funny stuff. Like it wasn't just like traumatic stuff. And so yeah, and I love the series. I want it to be underground and cool and like stay for the people and not change to like, you know, fit what they think is going to be the right thing for everyone to love. I want it to be for the special people who are like, yeah, that's my voice. So that's The Unwritten Rules, and check it out on YouTube when you get a chance.
I've just mainly been traveling a lot, and I've done a few commercials, and I have some independent films that are in the works right now. But a lot of the issues is kind of money and financing, and projects I really want to do, but they still need the funding and
Go fund me.
So,
gosh, I wonder where you would find some of that funding.
We need somebody with a lot of money. If you know anybody,
double ClexaCon.
So.
Oh, I'm I didn't know I was going to be the mom that I am. I'm not saying I'm amazing or anything. I didn't know I was going to be like a full-time like breastfeeding mom of, you know, a 2-year-old and a full stay-at-home mom. And oh my God, it's the best thing I've ever done in my life.
You haven't taken your eyes off him the entire time. It's so cute.
He's so damn cute though. But I haven't been away from him on the cab ride over here. I was like, and the cab driver thought it was crazy because I'm crying in Vegas because I'm leaving my child. He's like, this one's a lunatic. But no, that's what I'm doing. And at first I had an issue with it because I was like, I'm not relevant anymore. Nobody knows who I am. I'm nobody. I'm not gonna work again. And then but you know, I turned to Aiden and I was like, how do you feel if I'm a stay-at-home mom for a little bit? It's like whatever empowers you, whatever's best for our son, whatever you want. So he's been the biggest support for me not working right now. And I'm
Okay, guys, we have time for probably 2-3 more questions. Does anybody have anything? Oh. Work, work. Ah, damn.
Hi there, Daniela. Not to bring up a sore subject, but no one's mentioned Carmen. And there was another female love interest, and just wanted to talk about even the importance importance of that, having another queer female character on the show, and what that brought to the show.
I love her as a person. She's amazing. But as far as her character, like, yeah, I mean, it just gives you an idea of all different types of people, and hopefully she's gone to therapy, gotten, some help, and is a better person. But I don't know.
It's realistic though. I mean, I've been in a relationship before where my husband and I, we dated at the beginning of South of Nowhere 12 years ago. And then that didn't work out. Someone else came in the picture, and then that didn't work out because we're like, this is toxic. And things happen the way they're supposed to happen. But again, it was realistic, and sometimes there's a twist, and you think that that's the right path to go down, and you're like, no, you know what, this wasn't toxic. This was just something that I needed to work on. And I think Spencer and Ashley both found who they were together, and that they were both better together than they were separately. And maybe Carmen helped with that. Sometimes seeing what's wrong for you helps you see what's right.
So my question is actually for Asha.
Oh,
hi. So obviously, most of us are here because South of Nowhere was so progressive on gay issues. But I thought it was also, I'm speaking as a white woman, but I thought it was also progressive with race, and specifically Clay and the interracial adoption and him trying to find his roots. And I just wanted to know, your feelings on it and how exciting it was for you as you got more involved in the cast and it became more than a two-line guest role.
Right? Yeah. So great. And then also, I know, in the Black community, sometimes it's hard to talk about, gay issues, who supports, who doesn't, because of religion or whatever it is. And it was so awesome for me to be able to say, hey, love is love. And if you're in love and someone loves you, that's what life is about, And I really felt like it was a privilege for me to say that. And then even a couple of years ago, I saw that my character was, Chelsea was one of the 20 most influential Black characters. And I couldn't believe it. People that I looked up to, and I'm like, what? This is so, just the opportunity to be able to say that and stand up, because other people, you need to hear people saying things like that, and you'd be like, yeah, I feel that way too. Love is love. How can we not love love? You know what I mean? How can that not be a good thing? So for me to be able to say that was a huge privilege, and I'm just so grateful, to my wonderful Nancy Lee and Paige for giving me those words to say. And like they say, we're just people saying lines. They are the true heroes who are giving us that opportunity to, express that to you guys. So thank you for bringing that up so much. Really appreciate it.
As much as I love to do this, it's time to say goodbye.